Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to this particular video. So this is actually the part 12 of our Laravel tutorial for beginners series, and in the previous video we have laid out the basic structure of our form to enable us to submit data using our form into our database. So in this video we're going to continue working on with this form, and let's try to add some template for our messages inside our create page. So let's go to our views and let's create another directory here. So this should be in inc, and then this we will create a new file here called messages.blade.php, and then we're going to include this file into our app.blade.php. So we're just going to configure first this messages.blade.php for now. And first, let's just check if the count for errors is greater than 0. So let's just close first the if statement, and we're going to define a for each here, and let's just close the for each below. And inside this for each is we're going to iterate the errors, and this is an object, so all and then as error, and of course we're going to define a very basic alert to our user by using the bootstrap alert elements. So this should have a class alert, and of course because this is an error, so it should be danger, right? And of course the error itself to display. And also we're going to check for messages for session coming from our page. So session, and then if it has a success value, so we're just going to end the end if here. So just bear with me, guys, because I'm just laying out the messages or the feedback to our user if they have something, or if there were errors during the process of submitting the information. So div, and then of course it should have the alert also, alert success, and the value of our session and success. And then we're just going to do the same for our error coming from the session. So this should be error also, and instead of success should be danger, and also here is the error. Okay, so we need to include this inside our layout app.blade.php. So I think somewhere before the main container, okay, or after the container element. So we're just going to include the messages here. So add, and then include, and of course the directory and the template messages. So save this one and let's try to preview it in our page. So refresh and then submit. So there you go. We can see the title field is required and also the body field is required, and try to populate the title, and then only the body field is required because we did not populate the body of our post. So now let's go back to our post controller and continue working with our store function. So you remember that we use Tinker before to populate our database. So we can actually use that also in here. So post and then equal and then new post, and we can use that instance for now. So post and then set the title for our post, which is the request or the value coming from a request, and technically it is the value coming from the form. So we should specify the input, which is the title, and then of course we can actually get the value of our body, the same thing as the title, so request and then the input, and of course the body, and save this. So post and then save, then we can redirect to another page or to the post page. So return and then redirect to the post page, and it should have additional information. So with, and then of course success. So remember, we have defined this in our messages .blade.php file, and this is how you set the value of the message. So post created, and then something like that, and try to save this, and let's go back to our browser and try to preview it. So refresh, and then let's try third post, because technically this is the third post. So post 3, and then this is the body of the post uh, number 3, and then submit. So it is now redirected to the post page, and it has a feedback of post created. So the alert message that we have created in our messages.blade.php. So now we have three records in our database: post 1, post 2, and post 3. And then if you try to click any of this post, we can redirect to another page with all the information included or displayed in this post. And now I wanted to add a link to create a post, because for now we don't have any link here that says we can create a post. So let's go back to our app.blade.php file, and then we can see here all the links from our navigation, the home, services, blog, and about. And this is the right side of our navigation. So I think we can just copy this nav item here and then paste it on this left side of our navigation. So this is create post, or we can just say add post, and then it should redirect into post create. So let's try this. So save, and then let's go back to our browser and refresh. So as you can see, we now have the add post link here, and it should redirect us to the form once we click it. So we have a working link to add post now, and I think it's high time for me to add a syntax highlighter for now for the blade templating, because as you can see, we have all the syntax here, or all the scripts for our blade templates here, but we don't have a syntax highlighter for that. All we see is a white text, and then I think it's not readable for us. So let's go to file, and then settings, and then packages, and then let's try to install, or try to go here in install and search the package language and blade. So language blade, so it is a syntax highlighter for the blade templating engine used in Laravel. So we're just going to install this. So it should enable us to read the syntax of our blade, or syntax of the blade, much easily. So let's try this, and then let's just wait for a few seconds to uh, allow the installation to complete. And I think it is now complete. Let's go back to our file, and as you can see, we do have now the syntax highlighter, or syntax highlighting for blade templates, and it will be only activated on files that has blade.php file extensions. So I think that's all there is to it for this tutorial, and I hope you have learned something from this video. And in the next video, we're going to discuss how to edit and update our records by using our Laravel project. So thank you, and see you in the next video.